Good morning, and I really wanted to share today an inspiration for those who feel called to really embody and connect with the rising energies of this deep integration time, this deep creative spirit of still point. In my recent video, I spoke a little bit about my perspective on this incredible awakening that's taking place, that currently I feel that Gaia is going through her physical shift, manifestation of new levels of embodiment, and therefore this reflects in how we feel within our bodies and how we feel ready to make choices to tend and guide and love our bodies into a more whole and deep place of love. And so Gaia has had this experience of going through this deep threshold and initiation of 2012 and a completion of a really incredible cycle and coming into a new one. And here in the Northern Hemisphere, we've just come through the spring equinox and this incredible wave of sunlight and warmth and energy of that which is deeply within is rising in this very still point of creative expression. And so today I wanted to share a practice that I have been guided to enjoy and flourish in during these times, and it's just been a joy. It's been very awakening for my personal journey. I've also felt this really deep level of connectivity with Gaia, with nature, with the elements and the planet and the stars and other planetary bodies and consciousness. Not only is this a really beautiful way to celebrate a time where we're not physically making so much contact, it also gives us a deep insight into where we are at this time and invites us to re-educate ourselves on this beautiful path of being on Earth. And so what's come through for me is to practice alchemy teachings of the Magdalene, and they've come through me over the last few years, or from within me, and that is to sit with the sunrise, meditation, walk, drinking your tea, but in that place of conscious presence, and to also be present in that same place, whether it be meditation, yoga practice, breathing, drinking your tea, positive thinking, affirmation, prayer, song, all these incredible creative expressions that we can have. And so that is to be with the sunset and the sunrise daily. And for me, this is really highlighting this incredible power of connecting deeply within, into that inner universe within, into the deep breath of inhale and exhale within, and also be there with the central sun, the golden alchemy of the sun. And as we connect with the sun in this way, in nature and the elements in Gaia, we are connecting with the lunar energies, we're connecting with the stellar energies, we're connecting with the waters. It's all encompassing, it's this holistic practice. And what I've called it is this golden alchemy of the sun. And it comes from an understanding that the central sun is that place of energy, of information, of light, of life force, and that from that life force we can connect with our inner life force as human beings. And so I've been invoking presence of mantra, the presence of Magdalene, the sisterhood of the rose, and the nature beings around my area. Because as the practice has been going on, there's been days where it's more of a personal practice. But now what's happening is there's more inner realm connectivity with the inner worlds, with humanity, with the animal kingdom. For example, the lion tribes are very strongly connecting into this sacred golden alchemy of the Magdalene. and very specifically the white lions, but it's the feline consciousness, these big cats, the pumas, leopards. And so they're really present with this practice, and they're really, really drawing us back into our bodies and this symbiotic relationship we have with Gaia and to the stars and the planets. So very specifically, also these daily practices have been connecting with Venus and Sirius, and to the light family, the oversoul consciousness that we are directly connected with and that are part of our lineage. And so it really is an incredible point of coming into balance, and also really honouring our lineage and honouring our sacred gifts and our mission at this time for being here. And so this connectivity with these inner planes, consciousness, and these inner worlds that exist within Gaia, for example, are really key, such as Lemuria and the Lemurian codes and templates and their consciousness are really present. And individually, what I believe will happen for people if you continue practicing this is that we will just get clearer with our lineage and our connectivity. It also is a practice where we integrate the twofold consciousness of the oneness, and this is all about the divine masculine and divine feminine spirits, or holy union, and it's the soul tantric practice of the Magdalene lineage. So I really offer it as a really simple, gentle way to bring a devotional ritual or ceremony into the day. And as I mentioned at the beginning, you don't have to sit and meditate, even though this is a really lovely practice for your body and your mind and all that you are. But you can drink your tea consciously and just be aware of the sunlight. Looking at the sun is really beautiful, but we have to just be really aware that there's a certain point when the sun rises, it becomes more powerful, and so it's very strong. But we can have a little bit of time in the sun and then really take it in and take in that golden light into the body. So I'd also like to mention that part of these practices, there are these body practices that they're not too dissimilar to what we enjoy here in the Chinese medicine, the acupuncture, or acupressure, reflexology. But it's a lineage that is connected, of course, but it's slightly different. We're using the points of the body, and they correlate, and they really do correlate with other systems like acupressure, but they're slightly different. And so as part of this process, the moments are spent with the sun rising, and then after you open your channels through this practice. And these are some of the teachings that I share in my Magdalene teaching program. And then there's the invocation and the mantra and the song to open the heart and to open the body, to really allow those incredible codes of the sun, of the moon, of the stars, of the earth, of all that is within, to rise and then infuse into every cell of the body, into the blood. And yes, so we seal this with the sound, and then come back into the stillness. So perhaps over time I'll just share little insights, but to begin with, it's really about how we can bring ourselves out into nature, if it's possible. It's not possible for everybody, so perhaps you're doing it from your home, and you know when the sun is rising, the sun is setting around, and you consciously connect and you breathe, using the power of your visualization and connecting with that conscious body. And there is also a way to bring in nature into our lives as well, and that is to have plants near us, touch the earth, because also as part of this ritual and ceremonial practice is that you are outside and you're sat upon the earth and you place your hands upon the earth. You can place it on your body and allow those electrons to come into the body, the earth, and to feel the resonance of that 528 frequency of the harmonious buzz and harmonics of our planet, our humanity. And so once we've done our practice, it's really important to ground and to be aware of coming into the earth. And then to spend time really allowing that integration to happen. And if there's time through the day where you can write and integrate or talk with people, talk with your guides, be with your guides, then this is really perfect too. Again, if you can't be in nature, we have the opportunity to develop our gifts and master what it is to be in balance in that still point of that creative energy and that flow. So let's take a few breaths together. Taking long deep breaths in, long deep breaths out freely. Beautiful and blessed day. All my love, wisdom and power.